We've seen the trailers. You are coming into that mansion with kind of a bone to pick.
I know you.
How do we know each other?
Let's talk about it. I'd like to talk to you about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like you look familiar, but I can't figure out how I know you.
Well, let me remind you. You want to go have a chat?
Let me get settled first, and we can chat.
I'd like to chat now, to be honest.
Oh,
that's okay.
Wow, okay, sure.
I was coming in fully excited to potentially meet like the love of my life. And I was there fully to be like, okay, this might be it. I was super nervous, to be honest. I was like coming in knowing that everyone had created these relationships before I got there was really nerve-wracking because I'm like, okay, everyone has their clique, everyone's friends already, no one knows me, everyone is like, you know, it's like being the new girl in school, you don't know what to expect. And then when I got there is when I found out that I knew someone. I was like, wait a second, you know, when they were describing this to me, I was like, is this guy from American Idol? And they were like, yeah, that's him. I was like, no, you know, I really figured it out on my first day, on my first, you know, conversation with the cast. And at that point I was like, oh God, yeah. I mean, I can't just sit back and sit pretty without expressing myself.
When I got here, I was like, oh, is this everyone? Have I met everyone? They're like, yeah, there's 2 people you haven't met, which is Trevor and Jamie.
Yeah.
And I was like, Trevor. Was it Trevor from American Idol? I know, his ex-girlfriend. And she told me that you lied to her and that you cheated on her.
Care deeply for my girlfriend that he had dated previously, and he had really just done her wrong. And I think as any girl, you know, you got your girl's back. And I really just had her back. And I was coming and be like, I can't believe this dude is on a dating show here after what I know that he's done to her. You know, it was just consistent cheating and lying. And it was just so disappointing because her heart was shattered. And she had, you know, she was very public about it. And, you know, in the recovery, you know, everyone, we've all gone through heartbreak and we know how hard and awful that is. I mean, I went through horrible heartbreaks where I didn't want to get out of bed for weeks, you know, like I know the feeling. And to prevent that from happening potentially to another girl, you know, that's just the only thing that we can do as women is just kind of keep an eye out for each other. And if I had been Jamie's age, I would have wanted a woman who had experienced it to be like, hey girl, maybe you should keep an eye on this person, or maybe watch out for the red flags, or maybe, you know, start to realize that what's fishy about this situation, you know. And to be honest, looking back at the first episode, you know, you can see how he's kind of like, he's like a master manipulator. He's like so good at, like, he's got the prettiest eyes and the sweetest smile. And those, it's always those you got to kind of be careful for, because you're like, is this too good to be true, you know, and why? And I'm always kind of on my toes about this, you know, so I'm always like, it might be the New York in me where it's like, I don't know this yet. I can't just fully dive into it, but you know, I totally get where she's coming from. You know, he's a charmer and it's easy to be charmed, and, you know, she's looking for love. She wants the real thing. And she's thinking here that these guys are the real deal and here for the right things and going to treat you right. And I couldn't watch it and not say something about it. I just didn't think it was right. I had to do what I felt was right in my heart and let him know, you know, this girl's got to know the truth.
Right. And how did he react to this? Was he completely blindsided, I would imagine?
I mean, you got to watch to see. You got to find out. You got to watch and find out. It was shocking, to be honest. His response to me confronting him was shocking.
Now, you said you were friends with Trevor's ex, and that's why you brought this whole thing up in the first place. Have you talked to her since? Have you let her know that, like, hey, I brought this up. I had your back on this show?
Totally. You know, and I thought a lot about her during that moment because I was really thinking to myself, like, this is what I would want my girlfriend to do for me. You know, this is the kind of girl that I was like, yeah, I trust this girl. And this is it's a real friend that I would want her to do something like that for me if she was in that position. And I thought of her, and yeah, I reached out to her. I was like, you have no idea what I was just a part of. It was just crazy. She was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And, you know, after coming off the show is when I started really realizing all of the things that I never even knew beforehand. You know, I knew that they had their breakup and that he had been, you know, unfaithful, but knowing all the things that I know now, it's just mind blowing what's coming out on the internet, the amount of people that are reaching out to me being like, it's not just your girlfriend, it's me too. And it's me too. And it's this other girl and it's that other girl. And it's, you know, it's just mind blowing kind of where this has gotten to at this point. So yeah, you know, I'm all for people growing and being better and changing. Do I think he has the potential to be a great guy? Yeah. You know, do I hope that he can be one day for a girl? Yes. Do I think that right now he's been doing that and his intentions on the show were ready for that kind of change in his life? No, you know, because it was too soon. Everything was too soon.
Because I was going to ask, I mean, it's only been one episode that we've seen, but
Yeah.
so far, Trevor, Jamie, instant chemistry, they seem inseparable. Does Trevor deserve Jamie?
You know, who am I to say who deserves who? You know, what I'm saying is I just believe that if anyone is going to start a relationship, it should start with honesty, integrity, respect, um, being fully yourself. I don't believe in starting anything with lies or thinking that you're someone that you're not. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, who has time for that? You know,
Right.
like we're all here to find something, to create something real. I don't want to be beaten around the bush with being like, oh, I'm sort of this and I'm kind of that, or that sort of happened. That didn't. It's like, dude, if it happened, say it. Let's be upfront about it. Give this girl a chance to make her decision that's best for herself, you know? And that's all I think the idea was behind it. It was just to be like, if you have the information, please do what you want with it. But at least I can know that you know all the things that you need to moving forward, you know, if they
Right.
choose to do that.
And a little bit about your journey. Forget Trevor's drama. We want to know more about you. So tonight is the night that we are going to see you. Tell us about it. Tell us why you decided to sign up for the show, first of all.
I mean, I'm a big hopeless romantic. You know, I've done mostly everything in my life because of love. All the decisions that I'm like, why did you do this? Or why just like, because of love, you know, I've moved to different countries for love. I've done certain, you know, crazy things just because I've followed my heart. And this is just another example of me just doing whatever it takes to find the one. You know, I'm ready right now. Like I've been through it and I've had my heart broken and I know exactly what I'm looking for, what I want, who I am. You know, it takes a while for us to go through these things as we're getting, you know, as we're growing up and really realizing what's going to make you ultimately happiest and who the partner that you're really looking for is. And I'm at that place now where I know exactly who I am, what I want. And if this could help me get closer to that man, then I'm all for it.
Going into the mansion, what were you looking for in a partner? Like, did you walk in and then see anyone instantly and you had that sort of connection?
No, it was hard because like I said, when I walked in, I was very much like the black sheep and everyone was like, who is this girl? And I was just excited to get to know everyone, you know? So I kind of was asking a lot of questions. I'm like, oh, so what do you do? What do you sing? What are you doing? And I'm trying to see, you know, because it's different when you first see someone and then how they act, body language, how they're speaking to you, like all that plays a big role. I'm very, you know, it's all about chemistry for me. So it doesn't really matter what you really look like or what kind of music you do. It's more so, how do I feel when I'm around you? How do you make me feel? Are you respectful? Are you sweet? Are you genuine? Are we flirtatious? Is there, you know, it's got to be fun. It's got to be exciting. And if that's not there, then I don't, you know, it doesn't matter to me how cute you are, how great you sing. It's really just, what can we create together? What's that spark that gets me like giddy? You know, that's what I was really looking for. So it took me a little while. I have to say, it was not easy. It was not easy when I first got there because it was just.
What can you tease? What are we going to see you up to? Just finding that perfect someone, or is there going to be more drama, I would imagine?
I mean, what's a Bachelor show without a little bit of drama, you know?
Exactly.
There's so many exciting parts to this show. I can't even tell you. This is unlike anything I've ever done before in my life. And I don't think anything the Bachelor franchise has ever done before on, you know, in the history of Bachelor world. It's just so different and so exciting. It's like you take people that are so deeply emotional on different levels, you know, like if you're a musician, your emotion threshold is so different. Like if you're sad, like you're real sad. If you're happy, you're like ecstatic. Our emotion levels are just on other planes, and you get to see all of that and, you know, put a bunch of us together creatively, you know, inclined, and it just gets crazy. It just gets crazier and crazier. And you know, you guys will just have to tune in and find out. You know, it's super exciting. I'm so honored to be a part of it, and you know, who knows what will happen. I just I'm hoping that everyone falls in love with it because it was just full of love, despite, you know, all the other aspects that come into it, and it's just going to be a crazy ride.